Hi guys, it was never about the protocol. It was always about a Sinn Féin First Minister, and TUV unionist extremist Jim Allister let everyone know exactly his position when he spoke at the forming of the Northern Ireland Executive after 2 years of boycott. Jim had some very angry words for both the new First Minister Michelle O'Neill, but also for the head of the DUP Sir Jeffrey Donaldson, who he blamed for putting an IRA sympathiser into the top job in Northern Ireland. While he highlighted previous actions by the IRA, he of course ignores those carried out by his friends in loyalism, which we assume he has no problem with. An angry old man who doesn't respect democracy. Have a listen to this.
Mr. Speaker, now comes the consummation of the Donaldson deal with the DUP enthroning a Sinn Féin First Minister, with the unelected bridesmaid as deputy. David Trimble had his well done David moment of endorsement from IRA leader Gerry Adams. Now the leader of the DUP has his well done Jeffrey moment as he gives us a First Minister who wallows in glorification of terrorism and tells us there was no alternative to the murder of our kith and kin, no alternative to Amon, no alternative to Enniskillen, no alternative to T-Ban, no alternative to Kings Mills or to Market Hill, and no alternative to the incineration of a young woman, Yvonne Dunlop, in my constituency in Ballymena, whose vile murderer, McElwee, Miss O'Neill celebrates every year. This year, she will do so as First Minister. Well done, Jeffrey. And this is the woman that now has oversight of victims' policy. And let it never be forgotten that we now have a First Minister under the direction and control of the IRA Army Council. Not just my belief, the unaltered assessment, police assessment of the nexus between Sinn Féin and the IRA. Such a puppet will never be a First Minister for all. Behind all the pious, honeyed words of today lies the real Sinn Féin view that this brings them within touching distance of an all-round. That is how they will abuse, that is how they will misuse this office, both in this place and in Washington, no doubt, when the opportunity arises. Well, Mr. Speaker, we have a Sinn Féin First Minister, but not in my name, nor in the name of thousands of unionists who will never bow the knee to IRA Sinn Féin.
Wow, what a progressive individual there, a true Democrat. I thought it was all about the protocol. I thought the problem was the protocol, the union dismantling protocol. While Jim Allister and the extremists within the DUP have shown their true colours, it was never about the protocol, and I was proven correct. I had said on a number of occasions, the protocol is just a vehicle against democracy, against a Sinn Féin First Minister. And Jim has basically said that today, or when he stood up here. The protocol was just a smokescreen. The real problem, of course, is that unionists like Jim Allister and extremists within the DUP understand that their day is over. Democracy rules. What is the alternative that Jim would like to see? To go back to the bad old days when loyalist paramilitaries and Republican paramilitaries were killing people? Is that what he wants? Because the alternative to democracy is that. If you don't like a Sinn Féin First Minister, instead of trying to convince the DUP to boycott the executive, then why don't you convince people to vote not for your party, not for Sinn Féin? You represent almost nobody. He's the only representative of his party in the Assembly. No, he isn't a force to be reckoned with. But unfortunately, it was a case of the tail wagging the dog, where he was able to convince the DUP not to go into an executive with Sinn Féin, because Sinn Féin would have been would have had the choice of First Minister. It was always about Sinn Féin. It was always about a Sinn Féin First Minister. It was never really about the protocol. They were lying. Now, once again, what is the alternative to democracy? Sinn Féin were elected the largest party. They're there to represent the people who voted for them, but also the First Minister has said that she's there to represent the people of Northern Ireland. And she actually used the word Northern Ireland, which is unusual for a Republican. So it means that she understands that some people want to hear the word Northern Ireland and not just the north of Ireland. So this is somebody who, I believe, wants to represent everyone. She understands that this is her job, and she wants to do it to the best of her ability. I hope I'm proven correct on that. But Jim Allister and elements within the DUP represent the past. They don't want to move forward. They understand that their time is over. A unionist majority has come to an end. And instead of actually embracing reality, they want to go backwards. And they're willing to boycott and support sinister elements in Northern Ireland to achieve that. It's pretty sad. Get with the picture, Jim. Wake up and smell the coffee. You're no longer in charge. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.